Welcome. This is Barry Jones from the Angel School, and we're here for our weekly angel reading for February the 6th through the 12th, 2017. So let's just take a moment to take a deep breath and sort of tune in to our inner guidance and be just available to all the information and the new opportunities that are available to you. And they're giving me a sense, as we just sort of began here, they're showing me a window that has many sort of, I don't know, like the window panes or the different sections of a window, and that this is something new for me to see. When I see the symbol of sort of a witch, this is my symbol of you stepping into your power. And so the thing is that what they're kind of indicating to me is that there's a lot of opportunities sort of unfolding for you. You're stepping into your power, but they're showing me that you are allowing all those opportunities to kind of overwhelm you, or you're becoming critical or self-critical about yourself, and maybe feeling somewhat defeated before you even get anywhere, get off the ground running, so to speak, is what I'm kind of hearing from them. And so they need you to focus on not the word one. They need you to focus on one piece at a time. They need you to focus on one opportunity that really sticks out to you. Okay, so showing me the third eye. This means that there's this one piece this one opportunity that sticks out to you that you feel intuitively connected with. So don't worry about everything that's out there, all the different pieces that are sort of around you. Okay, they're there to inspire you, as they're writing out the word now, with hope. It's so important to really not allow options to overwhelm you or to make you feel afraid and doubt your ability to do, where they wrote out the word can. So I'm not there for you to get into doubt, but is there to remind you of how much love is there for you in the universe. So they were writing this word love out in big letters for me before I started. And so instead of being overwhelmed by so many things materializing, or the possibility of things that actually may really happen, and I think that's what you're afraid of, is that, oh, now my prayers may actually happen, and now what? And you start to think about whether or not you are capable, and you let that go through your mind. Your ego is, again, not trying to sabotage you. It's not evil. It's just afraid. It's just afraid of everything. And especially success, because that's beyond the borders of its knowing and understanding. And so you have to take this as an opportunity to recognize that the universe is showing you the right now faith. So it's like by giving you or presenting to you these possibilities, it's sort of like a good faith kind of action on behalf of the universe, showing you all that's possible for you, that your dreams are possible, and that they are actually, that all things are possible for you. Okay? So that you don't, look around and feel like there's nothing available to you. So in these times when there's something, and a little bit more than something, a few things available, a few things on your plate, go into that place of gratitude where you actually, and be grateful for the opportunity to be able to interact, or to have a full plate, to have those choices to choose from. just like the same thing when you're inspired with a lot of ideas and creativity. That's a thing for you to hold in appreciation, to be with that for a moment and just recognize that, here is another opportunity for you to see that the well isn't dry. The well of the universe isn't dry. So when opportunities or creative ideas sort of appear to you or sort of come to you, this is the universe reminding you that the well of the universe isn't dry. It is truly abundant, even in the midst of a circumstance that you're dealing with where you feel there's a lot lacking. But the universe just does this to remind you of who you truly are. And if you would be fearless and focus upon the one that is calling you intuitively, that you feel an intuitive connection with, the one that you feel that just so much of it ignites a fire of passion within you, and focus upon it. Don't worry about, well, what happens if I choose that one, don't choose that one. Don't get into that, okay? And they're writing, I don't know this is a word, but they're writing confirmatory, so there's a sense that it's like a kind of a confirmation, um, when you feel that deep connection. It's a sign for you. So be open to the signs. Don't be on the offense, they're writing, or be open to the signs. Just go with them. Relax, okay? And focus and take one step. Just focus on one thing. All right, so let's see if there's anything else. They're showing me this is like a week for you to nurture yourself and um, and sort of get a sense of the bigger picture. There are things they're writing coming. They wrote the word come. So there are things that are coming to you, and that they're writing can, which just means that it means that you have the ability. These things that are coming to you, they're coming to you because you have abilities to you have the knowledge, the information. They show me an open book, to work with these things. So they don't want you to get into your pattern of suffering, and you know what that is for you, where you play victim instead of, and they wrote out fire, opening yourself to the fire within your heart. Don't be afraid of your heart. And then, create this alternative truth or alternative facts, right, about yourself. And that's one of the big things about what's going on in our world globally right now. Just keep in mind that the things that you're seeing about, being honest and truthful, all this is about our inner being stepping forward and becoming more prominent in our world, in our consciousness, and our um, ego, with all these illusions and all its alternative facts that it's been feeding you for eons about yourself. All of this is what you're witnessing is coming to an end. I was having sort of a vision with Lord Shiva before this began, and I don't know much about him, so I went to read up about him, and he's known as the Destroyer, and of the sort of their trinity. But what it means is that he breaks down these things like that, what the ego and the illusions. That's what he destroys, the illusions that we create. And so that's what we're witnessing right now globally, as the universe, higher consciousness, is helping us to let go and clear out. But it's just kind of happened abruptly, and it's stirring up a lot of stuff for people, and we're all reacting to it in different ways. But don't make it about the people outside of you. They just happen to be the ones that are setting off this whole, how do you say, discovery for your inner truth. And that's what you've been praying for, is to reach that moment, that point of clarity, that there's no disruptions, there's no walls, okay? because we've been building walls too to block out the truth. That's what we've been doing. See, everything that's happening right now in the political scene is reflecting that inner structure of our own ego and how we use fear to block out, to build walls, and to block out the truth, your literal power, your divine essence. And so this is a good thing that these things are that this is a time for you that where you're going to be liberating yourself and discovering your truth, your individuality on a soul level, and begin to enact your power to place yourself in situations, relationships, jobs, etc. Allow your sense of wealth, allow all that affluence of your inner being to become manifested into your physical reality. No longer being able to withhold that from yourself, as you're no longer able to lie to yourself or be dishonest or use alternative facts to play down your abilities, your dreams, your hopes, your wishes, your desires, your passions, your purpose. You've been using alternative facts to redefine the truth, which cannot be done. And so now the truth emerges. Your inner beings, your higher self, your higher consciousness begins to ground itself into the physical manifestations that you are working within, and sort of draws you towards that point where you have to face who you really are. So just take a deep breath, and when you feel things are getting a little out of balance, just remember to breathe. Just remember to breathe and be open to seeing yourself as you truly are. Okay, so let's take a look at the card for the beginning of the week. Well, actually, this is going to be the theme card for the week. This is the Archangel Oracle deck, and let's see which. Okay, so take back your power. That was exactly the message. This is Archangel Raziel, and that was exactly what the message we were just getting. And the card says, use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings into your life. Okay, so this is what's going on right now. Your power has been out there. You've been erecting walls, um, twisting the truth, all to keep hidden that which you really are. And so now you're going to be learning how to take that back, how to be powerful without the fear, how to um, how to be open to opportunities without letting them overwhelm you or feeling like you're drowning in them, is what I'm hearing. Okay? Um, you're going to be learning to let go of, they wrote out badly, like you're going to be let go of, you know, guilt and all this other stuff, like this self-loathing, where you just always, feel like you're not doing well enough, that things are not going well, or that you just are not capable of doing better. Okay, and so they wrote out a refresh. So this is a period where what we're going through right now is a refresh, sort of like a restart, but they meant more like a refresh, where you're just going to start to connect differently. Okay, now they're giving me the sense of, if you try to resist that refresh, then it's going to be a little turbulent, because this is something you've prayed for. This is something you've summoned. This is something that's a part of your deepest desires on that core level of your truth. So try not to overcome it, but to go with it. Okay, they're showing me like sort of a megaphone or sort of a old record player with a big, bell attached to it. And the sense is that your true voice is calling out to you. Of course, this is an outdated technology, but it feels to me more like going back to something original, but in a very new way, sort of refreshing, getting back to the basics. So the sense is with this older technology, this megaphone, is to this recording device or player is to simplify. Okay, sort of simplify. You tend to get a little complicated when you're inspired to do something, and then all of a sudden you start going beyond what was actually asked of you, and then when you get out there, you feel like, oh, what am I doing? Oh my God, I made a huge mistake. Blah blah blah. So keep it simple. Just listen and to what you're guided to do. And as for an example, if you get this, you feel prompted to look for a new job and a new location. That's what you hear. Okay, all they're doing is telling you to look. Then say you got to move right now. Meaning, most of you go start to make the list of all the things that could go wrong. What about money? What am I going to do for this? What am I going to do for this? And then you end up just killing the spirit of this energy. Pay attention to the emotional content of your guidance, because that's telling you how well off you're going to be in all respects of what that means, not just financially, but it means how content you're going to be and how fulfilled you will be. So you don't have all the specifics of that emotional content, because all you need is what you're given. And what you're given is simple, letting you know to start looking, but you stay with that emotional content, which may not have specifics, but the emotional, it's giving you all that you need to know that you can trust and have faith, because you can feel what your life is going to be like when you take the action steps that are given to you as they come, step by step. You'll get there, but you can't start thinking ahead of things that are not being shown to you right now, just because that's something you just have a habit of doing. But what that does, it starts to make you think of problems, because you can't see how it's going to be. You start to think of problems in its place, because that's what your ego is going to do every time to protect itself. When you're trying to tell it that you are going to do something that it can't see or possibly understand if it was shown to it. Because as I've said before to many clients and in this videos before, that the ego is like a tiny speck the size, like inside one of your pores. That's about the amount of space that it occupies, because that's how much of an illusion it is. And so therefore anything beyond that, its borders, it's afraid of, you see. So don't give in to that. All right, let's take a look at the cards for the beginning of the week. The beginning of the week. Okay, so we had this card at the end of the week, the previous week, the Five of Michael. Okay, and so when this card comes up, this is about you being aware. So that of communications, how you're communicating with others and how others are communicating with you. You got to pay attention. You got to be aware that there's a lot of change going on, a lot of shifts. So people are going to be in different places in their thought processes. So this card for me is about people not being in alignment when they're communicating. And it's not because it's intentional, it's just because they're all in different headspaces. They're all caught up in different illusions of the ego. And so there's something that you may be trying to come together with, that you're not able to hear each other, because you and they have to get yourselves in a place of alignment. So you can't control them, and so you have to worry about yourself. And so therefore you have to get into a place of alignment when you notice negativity. The negativity is just a sign to let you know, like, you're not where you need to be, that you're not listening to that inner voice. So possibly may need to simplify. And just sort of thinking about what has to be done, think about what your inner being is asking you to do, or where your inner being is asking you to stand in a place of truth in order to be heard. So once you get in that place of truth, you can be heard, despite the fact that there's all this, possible contention and conflict and, miscommunication, being misinformed, etc. So get yourself in alignment first. Get it in alignment with your truth. Adhere to your voice. This is what loving yourself is. It's not something you can hug into being or keep, affirming that I love myself. It's an action. And when we no longer play with alternative facts and we start honoring the truth within us and we act upon that truth, we find that alignment. Okay? Another thing you could do is really focus your attention on the things that inspire you, because inspiration will put you right back into that place of alignment. You know, this is, you're breathing in the spirit of God is really what the word means. So be aware of this as tools. You can also call on Archangel Michael, and he can help you to balance your perspective and clarity, help vacuum away the fear. So you see his vacuum there. You can call on him to vacuum others, but ask him to vacuum your energy to help you to feel aligned. If it's really intense, you feel like a lot of things are just rushing through you at once, and it's just got you spinning off. Let me just see if there is any additional messages here for this card from Archangel Michael. And what he's saying, he's showing me a big movie screen, which is my, symbol for focusing on the bigger picture. So there's a bigger picture here. And he wrote spirit in the center of the screen. Okay, so the beginning of the week is all about focusing on your spirit. Like, it reminds me of Oprah's remembering your spirit sort of theme that she had. So at the beginning of the week, just remember your spirit. Put your spirit first. Okay, do things that nurture your spirit, activities. It's something you love doing, painting, drawing, sitting by a lake or out by a tree in nature, or whatever it is. If it's a really great healthy drink, or going exercise and yoga, make sure you do this. Okay, remember your spirit at the beginning of the week, and don't worry. Okay, all right. So God is handling. His name just appeared on that screen, which means something that you're concerned about, he's handling it. Okay, so we have another Michael card, and this is the King of Michael. And so this card says, wisdom and objectivity are important now. Stay in your integrity. A situation that calls for honest and open communication. Okay, so principled, rational, ambitious, respected. So again, this is going to be a week for you to stand in your power. This is what the King of Michael, or the King of Swords, is representing here. Okay, so what it tells me is that you are going to be the one who is going to set the tone in this week. Okay, you are going to be the one who's going to set the tone of strength, of clarity, of peace and honesty. So you've got to be that one. Whether this, and I get a sense, I heard through the pen. So for some of you, this could be through the pen that you are able to articulate this. I'm also getting a sense that it may be a good time to write letters, to communicate effectively to people, because sometimes people can't hear you when they're confronted with the reality that they are in the midst of being dishonest. So when you call out somebody, all it does is it causes them to react, and what they're reacting to is really not you, but they're reacting to this dissonance that they realize that they've created between their true vibration and the alternative reality or illusions that they're playing with, so to speak. And so it's not personal. And so they have to protect and defend that position because they've been feeding it, right? It's like it's got a lifeline that is an extension of them. And so that they may be able to hear you better if you write to them, okay, where they feel like they're more private, and they can be in the space of their, hopefully, that it will call them into a place of their own truth and give them the space to sort of hear. So I'm seeing a bridge this week, and what that's kind of showing me, it's a bridge that looks like it doesn't look like it's needing repair, but it looks like it's a bridge that's being put into place. It just needs to be completed. And so you are creating bridges. You've already been doing this in some way. And this particular work that you're going to be doing this week, you're going to be helping to really give more vision to the specifics of what the bridge is representing in the relationships or the interactions that you're a part of in this week. So you bring sight, clarity. I'm saying the word sight. Okay. So focus on this kind of a connection. Focus on creating bridges. Okay. They're saying that people won't be expecting that. Something that happens this week, some kind of conflict, or something that seems like it's I get a sense if there was something you were working on, a project, and it seemed like it was falling apart and none of the components were meshing. This can also not just be about people, but it could be about things that you're trying to do. It's like those days when you're trying to work at your computer and you're all set and ready to go and nothing's working out and there's all these glitches, and it just feels like things like this. And you're going to be the person if you come in with this sort of expectation to shift, people won't be expecting that. Okay. All right. So, but they'll be ready, open to it because of where you're coming from. All right. So let's take a look at the card for the end of the week, and we have another king. All right. And this is the king of Raphael. And the king of Raphael is sort of a healer. So this gives me a sense of bringing things together. This card says, yes, it is safe to trust. The ability to accomplish many things at once. Follow your creative passions. All right. Warm, generous, honorable, refined. So at the end of the week, this is giving you a sense that things are going to you sort of level off, that you're going to find that connection with your heart again, as this is the King of Cups, Raphael, and that you're going to find this place where you're really connected with your heart, that in spite of everything that's going on, you're going to get back to that place of alignment. They're showing me a mailbox, and you're going to get some really clear messages. Actually, the mailbox is over as someone who's sleeping. So really pay attention. They're showing me you could be sleeping when the messages come, or you could be, in a meditation. But you're going to find this connection. You're going to get the messages, the insights. And they're showing me a salmon who's sort of, trying to get up to the mailbox. And so it may feel like, it was a struggle to get there, but you're going to reach it. You're going to reach that place. They're writing out lotus. So like the lotus flower, that place of enlightenment, that place of peace. So I get a sense that things are going to work out peacefully by the end of the week, and that things will come together in a way that understanding will be there, the healing, the compassion, that you will personally find yourself in all of this, okay? And you're going to find that opportunity. So for some of you, this whole, what we've been talking about may just be internal. It may not be with other people or other things. That this may be an internal sort of struggle for you in the week, where you start out the week with doubts, and then you are able to have some important openings where you start stabilizing your position, and you simplify, and find this place of clarity, simplicity, and then you understand what your heart is asking you to do. You get in that place where you're able to hear your heart, and then you feel confident and strong about what it is that you're being called and led to do, and knowing what your next steps are. All right, let's take a look at the card from the bottom of the deck, and it's the Empress card. So this is a great card to get. So it really tells me that this is the underlying message, that when I pull a card from the bottom, it tells us what's kind of going on underneath. And so what it's saying is that your inner being, here's the Archangel Gabriel, so with her trumpet, meaning that the universe is calling out to you. And it's calling out to you, revealing to you the diversity of your spirit, that these potentials that you haven't even tapped into yet. And they write, this is a time of accomplishment for you. So you're going to, and this is what's causing all of this struggle in the week that you're gonna work through. But so just be compassionate and gentle with yourself, as you open yourself up to the amount of information, resources, internal gifts that are unfolding for you. Don't be afraid of your own spark. Don't be afraid of what you receive. Don't be afraid of what's coming to you. Okay? Embrace it. All right, so I send you lots of love and angel blessings. Thank you all for your comments over the last week's videos, especially for those of you who join us here on the Facebook page, which is different from my Facebook, social media account. I've seen some people friend request me there, but I prefer, or if you're going to, trying to find the daily messages, card messages, you have to click on the link below this video to get there, because I don't have a link to them from my Facebook page, my regular Facebook social media page. So you need to go there in order to see the daily card messages. But and also you can reach us through Twitter. You can find both of those in the description link below. If you're looking for an angel reading, feel free to contact me at theangelschool.com. And you can find on the services page, and you can find the readings there that you would like to choose from. You can go to the description link below as well. So I send you lots of love and lots of prayers on your behalf, sending you angels to guide you in this week, and to remember to call upon God and ask Him for strength in helping you to embrace and accept your purpose and to accept your truth. So in this week, let this be a beginning where we stop dealing with the alternative facts that we've been creating in our own lives. And let us really stop putting up walls and being afraid of our power, being afraid of our goodness, being afraid of our capacity to embrace others, to embrace the variety of life itself that is a part of the dreams that stir in your heart. Don't be afraid of them. Don't be afraid, and so pay attention to letting go of those every time you see a wall come up, take it down. Every time you find yourself twisting the truth, convincing yourself that you're not good enough, let that go. Put that voice away and just follow the step that you're guided. Stay with the inspiration that has been cultivated and offered to you with the idea, and just sort of be with that and always go back there. Go back to that emotional place that the inspiration holds for you, and know that that is the template. And why is it a template and not a specific? Because the future, the universe is always expanding. And so, therefore, your dreams are too. Don't be rigid. Don't expect them to be a certain way, because the universe is expanding. It's illogical to and atypical of the universe to do it any other way. It's always going to be this or something better. Not worse, but something better. The worst is our doubting and our that's our stuff. We it's like you're mixing a pot of, and you're adding the seasons in, and if you add something that's not doesn't taste or with or doesn't bring out what's already there, and it actually contradicts it, it's going to not be a good meal, right? So don't mix in things like doubt, that, and you can avoid that by not going ahead, and start trying to factor what the future is going to hold, and then the only thing that can help you is your fear, not love, because love gives you what you're ready for. It knows when you're ready. So accept the emotional content and stay there and keep working and learn to enjoy what you do throughout the entire process. Enjoy the process. Make sure you have the most amount of fun. Okay? So I send you lots of love and angel blessings. Have a beautiful week. God bless you.